Welcome to another episode of the NBA Empire Show. I'm your host Landon King, and today we're going to be continuing our series about looking at the best and worst draft situations for top prospects leading up to the NBA draft. Today's prospect is in the top 4, and it's Jalen Green. First up, let's talk about Green himself. Jalen Green took the newly added G League route instead of the traditional college route. He has shown potential as a facilitator, averaging 2.8 assists per game. Although being able to play make, the main reason Green is such a high prospect is because of his scoring ability. He has been compared to Zach LaVine and Bradley Beal, being an athletic combo guard who can really score from any level. He's a creative finisher who isn't afraid of contact. The other part of his offensive firepower is his three-point shooting. Through his year on the Ignite G League team, he shot 36.5% from 3. Now into the best situation for Jalen Green to get drafted to, in my opinion, is the San Antonio Spurs. Now in order for this to happen, the Spurs need insane lottery luck, given that they don't grab the 8th seed through the play-in, only having an 8.5% chance of getting a top 4 pick. Now let's just say they get the 3rd or 4th pick. They would be the perfect place for Jalen Green. They have the perfect roster for really any young talent. They don't have a true star besides DeMar DeRozan, but it looks like the writing is on the wall for that partnership. On top of a young roster, they do have a track record of developing picks into great players. On the other hand, the first team that made the worst list is the Houston Rockets. Now I know that the Rockets have a great young roster with great pieces like Jayshawn Tate, Kevin Porter, and Christian Wood. I think that they already have the person that best fits the pure scorer role with KPJ. I feel like Green would be forced out of his comfort zone, and maybe that would be good for his development, but I just think that the Rockets would be running the my turn offense that doesn't really fit what they need to do or want to do. The next team that would be a great fit for Green is the Orlando Magic. They have built something special with Fultz, Jonathan Isaac, Cole Anthony, Wendell Carter Jr., and RJ Hampton, who was just announced as the Rookie of the Month for May. Looking at this roster, the only thing that they need is a pure scorer, and that's exactly what Jalen Green is. Even though there is a bit of clock at both guard spots, you could see Jalen Green sliding over to the 3. Orlando would be a great place for Green to develop and refine his scoring and defense. Another team that would need to figure out what to do before getting Jalen Green is the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors do have a shot at getting a top 4 pick, not just through their own selection given that they don't make the playoffs, but through Minnesota's pick if it isn't top 3. And you could see Jalen Green falling to 4 depending on the teams that draft beforehand. Now hopefully Klay Thompson will be healthy sometime next season, filling the 2. Obviously Curry is filling the 1, and Wiggins is even filling the 3. And the Warriors like what they see in Nico Mannion off the bench, so I don't really see a place for Green fitting into this team, unless they commit to the super small 2020 Rockets type lineup, but even then they have James Wiseman, so they can't really do that unless they trade him. Green getting drafted here, in my opinion, would stunt his development due to the current team's roster. The final great team for Green is the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons have quietly built a solid core with Killian Hayes, Sadiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, and Jeremy Grant. I can easily see Green fitting into this young roster and being the star in the team. If the Pistons land Green, they would have the tools to be an incredibly dangerous team in the future.
Smith Jr. to forecourt. Sadiq Bey wandered in the corner. Jab step, pulls his way to the basket for a...
Now, at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. If you disagree or have a different team, leave it in the comment section, like and subscribe. This has been the NBA Empire Show.